Okay, so today we are going to discuss how we can fetch database data from our database on the basis of different conditions using SQL. Okay, so before diving into the details, let's first understand the concept or the generalized structure of a SQL query. Okay, as we have seen already that whenever you want to fetch data from the database, you need to give a query to the database. Okay, and that query you wrote in SQL. Okay, and SQL have its own syntax, and you should follow the syntax that has been specified for a query by SQL standards. Okay, so we will look into the generalized structure of SQL query or generalized syntax. So you can see that in the slide a syntax has been written, and let's discuss this syntax one by one. So first you see that you have a clause that is called select clause. There is a select clause, and select clause contains first it contains select keyword, then whatever columns you want to choose from the table, the list of those columns should be there. Okay, here that is there. Okay, this is the list of attributes. Then sometimes you may want that duplicates should not be displayed. Then there is an option here, either you can choose distinct if you don't want duplicates, and if you want duplicate, there is no issue having duplicate results. You can go for all option also, and all is the default. Okay, so select clause having the syntax of the select clause is select, then you will give your choice whether you want to get duplicates or not. Then you will give a list of attributes that you want to retrieve. Okay, so attribute means list of the columns that you want to retrieve. So either you want to retrieve a few of the columns that are there, or if you want to retrieve all the columns, then you have one option to add star. So attribute list or star, we will see that. Then we have a from clause. This is the from clause. Okay, so after select clause you will have a from clause. In from clause you will specify the table from where you will derive your data, or your data will be retrieved. Okay, you have to tell MySQL database or any database that which table will give you the desired data, that you need to mention. So now your data may be coming from only one table, or maybe the case that your data cannot be retrieved from only one table. Actually your data requires retrieval from more than one. 1 minute, sorry. Okay, so from clause, in from clause you will list the tables, whatever tables you have from where you need to derive your data. So this list of table will be a comma separated list. The numbers are written here, we will talk about these numbers also. Then after from clause your query may require to have a where clause. Okay, now what is the role of where clause? Where clause, this is the where clause, and this clause is used to give a condition. On the basis of that you want to retrieve the data. For example, suppose you may like to suppose you have an instructor table and you want to retrieve only those instructors that belong to a particular department. So now you need to give a condition that the department name should be, let's say, X, and that condition need to be executed. So where clause is the clause where you will specify the condition for selection. Okay, so if you come back to your relational algebra classes, then we have seen that projection operator sigma was there for doing this task. Sigma, in sigma operator you specify the condition, that condition enable you to retrieve the results that satisfy certain condition. So you can say that this clause, where clause, is similar to your projection operator. Okay, similarly selection this is the that is not projection, I'm sorry, that was called selection. Okay, here the naming is different. Sigma was called select operator there, but here where clause is doing the task of selection, and projection operator was used to choose the column. Okay, but here it is called selection. Okay, so थोड़ा सा नाम में confusion लोगों mismatch होता है, वहाँ पे we call that projection operator that is used to select the columns. Okay, here we are using select clause, so ये coincidental है. Okay, now after where clause you will have a group by clause. Now group by clause is used to group your results so that you can do aggregation on that. Okay, so for example, suppose you want to retrieve average salary of each of the department, then you have to group all of your records. So group by clause helps you to group the records so that you can apply some aggregation functions over those groups. So in group by clause you also require to give a list of attributes on so these are the attributes जिनके ऊपर आपको grouping करनी है. Okay, then you will have having clause. So many times it may be the case that you may also like to give a condition on the group itself also. So whenever you want to apply some condition on groups for selecting a data, then you can use having clause. We will see these clauses one by one, and then finally there is a clause that is called order by clause. So order by clause help you to display your results in some order. So let's say suppose you selected some records and you want that these records should be displayed in the order of increasing order of some column or decreasing order of some column. So that ordering can be done using order by clause. Okay, so these are the clause that your select query may have. So how many clauses are there? 1, then 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 clauses are there. Now let's talk about the numbers that are written there. These numbers are actually indicating the order of the execution. When you will give a query to the MySQL database, which clause will execute first? So this is the clause that executes first, from clause. Okay, because selection or whatever you are going to do will take place on the table itself. So first the tables need to be retrieved. Okay, so if you have given one table, there is no nothing special will be done, just table data will be retrieved to the memory. But suppose you have given a list of tables here. So when you specify a list of tables here, then the data of those tables will be combined using Cartesian product of the tables. You know what is Cartesian product? You know, we have already studied what is Cartesian product. So from clause is executed first because data will be retrieved either from one table or the combination of the tables. So how the combination of the data of the tables will be done with the help of from clause. So if you specify 2 or 3 tables in from clause, then all the tables will be combined with the help of Cartesian product. Okay, so once Cartesian product is done, now you can select the data that satisfies your condition or the condition that you have choose. So MySQL will choose, or MySQL will execute or will check the condition for each and every record. So and those records that are satisfying this condition will be selected. So this is the second clause that will be executed. Okay, now number 3, once you have selected some data on the basis of some condition, that it may be the case you have provided some grouping there. Okay, instruction for doing grouping. So grouping will be done after that. Once records has been selected, now grouping will be done, and then having clause is there. So this clause will be executed. So if you have given a having clause, so the condition given in this clause will be executed on the groups or will be applied on the groups, and some results will be selected. And now we come to the 5 number. So in this case this part will be executed. So that means if you have specified distinct keyword, then the duplicates will be removed. Okay, or if you have specified all, or you have left this value, then nothing will be done and results will be same. And then this is the number 6. So after this distinct has been executed, that means duplicates records has been removed. Then the attributes list will have a list of attributes that you need to select. So only those attributes that are listed here will be retrieved from the result. Okay, आप जहाँ से डिस्टिंक्ट के बाद यू विल गेट ए रिलेशन एंड देन उस रिलेशन में से एट्रीब्यूट्स लिस्ट के बेस पर ऑल कॉलम्स विल दैट स्पेसिफाइड कॉलम विल बी सेलेक्टेड एंड फाइनली द रिजल्ट रिमेन जो फाइनल आउटकम यू हैव गेट आफ्टर दिस टास्क that those records will be displayed according to the order by clause. So you may have said that the records should be displayed in the, let's say, increasing order of the salary, then the records will be arranged in increasing order of the salary and so on like that. So this is the order of the instructions. Now you see that something I have written here in brackets. So the things that I have written in brackets are actually optional. Okay, so that means you may not if you don't want to specify all or distinct, you can do that. Automatically MySQL will take all as default. Okay, that means no duplicate will be removed. Similarly, attribute list or star, you can use any one of them. Okay, attribute list नहीं देना है आपको, then you will specify star, but star means all columns will be retrieved. But if you specify attribute list, the attributes list will be displayed. So you have to give only one of these things. Either you will give attribute list or you will give star. Okay, now where clause is optional. Some you will see that there are certain queries that they will not have where clause. Similarly, group by clause is also optional, having clause is also optional, order by clause is also optional. Okay, mandatory clauses are these two clauses. Every SQL query will have these two clauses, select and from. Okay, so these two clauses are mandatory when you specify the query. So now let's discuss some examples. Okay, and let's do some queries on our database so that you will be able to understand how we retrieve data from our database. So let me select the database. Okay, I don't know databases there. Let's see databases that I have. Okay, University DB. So it is in lowercase. Okay, so I have selected the database. Let's see the tables. What are the set of tables are there? And let's work on the instructor table. So first let's see the instructor tables structure. DSC. However, you know the structure of the table, but let's see. So your this table having 4 columns. So now let's do one query. Suppose you want to retrieve the all data from the table. You want to see each and every record from the table. So how we will do that? As I told you that you have to use select clause first. Select, then distinct and all I am not going to use because they are optional. So I just want all records. I do not want to remove duplicates. So since I do not want to remove duplicate, I do not need to specify anything because all is default. It will take it automatically. Okay, and now I want to retrieve all records and their all columns. So I will use star. Okay, star from. Now I need to give from clause. So my select clause is complete. Select and star. In place of list of columns, I have given star. So select clause is complete. Now I need to provide from clause. So from clause give me in from clause you actually give the table name from where your data will come. So the name of the table is instructor. So we get 50 records. Now since there are no duplicate records, so everything will be unique actually here. So you will get 50. You can see whole set of records are there. Okay, now we are getting all the 4 columns in the table. You see that table have 4 columns and we are retrieving all the 4 columns. Okay, now many times you may not want to get all the columns. You want certain set of columns only. So let's say we want only 3 columns: ID, comma, let's say name, comma, salary. So I just want these 3 columns. So I have given a list of columns. Okay, ID, name, comma, salary. So I am giving list of columns and then I need to specify from clause where I will give the name of the table from where data will come. Okay. Oh, sorry. There is a typing mistake in the name of the table. So now I am getting only 3 columns. Okay. Now it may be the case that you may want to only retrieve 2 columns. Like let's say I don't want ID, I just want name and salary. Okay, so I am getting 50 records. Okay. Now it may be the case also I don't want name also, I just want salary. So this is there are 50 values. Now it may be the case that sometimes you may require that what are the distinct values of the salary. I don't want duplicates, there may be some duplicates. So if you do not want to duplicate here, you just can use distinct. So now duplicate values if exist, they will be removed. Okay, so there is no duplicate, each salary is unique. Okay, now let's see the impact of duplicate. We can retrieve department name. So first let's get the department name without any duplicate. Okay, department name from instructor, 50 records we are getting. Now the same thing we can also do with all. Okay, we are getting same result. You can see that there are 50 results without all and with all. We are getting same set of records. Now let's use distinct here, because you see that in this case statistics is coming 1 2 3 4 5 6 times. Okay, so we don't want to retrieve all these department names, we want just a department name uniquely. Okay, we just want what are the we want to know the list of the department names that exist in the university. So we can write distinct here. Okay, so now you see we just get only 17 records. That means there are only 17 different departments in the instructor table. That means there are the 17 departments where instructors are there. Okay. Okay, so this is how we do queries on single table. Now we have not specified any condition till now. Now let's do some queries on different other table also. So we have a department table there. So let's do some queries on department table. So the department, and let's say I want to retrieve all the records from this table and all columns. So your department table have 20 records, and you know that department name is the key here. So there will be no duplicate in this column. And let's say you don't want budget, you just want department and their building name. So we can do this like DEPT underscore name comma BUILDING building. Okay, so we are getting these 20 records. Okay, so now you see that if you see this table, there are 20 departments are there, different 20 departments are there, but when we retrieve the distinct departments from the instructor table, we just got only 17. So what it indicates that there are 3 departments that doesn't have any instructors, that's why their name are not appearing there. Okay, do you have any question till date? So I think I guess you don't have any question, so we can continue. Now let's assume we want a department name, their budget, not building, we just want budget. So this is department and their budget. Now we would like to have let's say only budget, and default is all, so I am not going to write all. Now it may be the case that we do not want to get any duplicate here, we just want to remove duplicate. Maybe if duplicate is there, then it will be removed using distinct, but there is no duplicate, so we are getting definite result. So this is how we retrieve the data from the database. And now you see that we are just using only two clauses here, select and from clause. We have not used any where clause. Okay. Now many times the things are not so simple. We may require to select data on the basis of certain conditions. Okay. So for example, suppose we just want to get let's say department name and budget for, let's say, a particular department only, or let's say let's assume that we want to have a budget in particular range only. So we can apply that range, or we can apply. So now whenever we want to select a data in a that belongs to a particular range, we will need to specify a condition that the data should be, the budget value should be between this and that, something like that. So we can specify that condition with the help of where clause. So in the where clause you will write where keyword, and then you will specify your condition. So your condition will be written by the similar way that we used to write in relational algebra. Okay. So you need to write name of the column first, let's say budget, and then the condition. So let's say we want that the budget should be between, let's say 4 lakh to 6 lakh. Okay. So we write budget is greater than equal to 4 lakh, and another condition less than we want. So budget budget, and let's say budget is less than or equal to 6 lakh. Okay. So we just want all those department names whose budget lies in this range. So this is the condition, that predicate that we have specified. Okay. So when you want to do conditional selection, you need to give where clause, and then you need to specify a condition that will give your results actually. Okay. So let's run it. Now you see we are only getting these four: accounting department, geology, mechanical engineering, and political science. So these are the departments that are having budget in this range. Okay. Now somebody may tell you that no, we don't want results in this range, we just want all those departments name and their whose budget is greater than this, let's say 4 lakhs. So these are the departments that are having budget greater than 4 lakh. Somebody may tell you that no, we want the name of the departments that are having budget less than or equal to 4 lakh. So these are those departments that are having budget less than or equal to 4 lakh. Okay. Now let's come back to instructor table again. We will do some queries on instructor table also. So now let's suppose we want to know the name of the instructors that belongs to let's say computer science department. Okay. So we can write select. We want every column for those instructors, so we can write star, select star from instructor, where what we want to retrieve all information of the faculty from the computer science department. So what we will write, condition will be DEPT underscore to name of the column, then relational operator that you need to specify. We want a department name should be equal to कंप्यूटर साइंस. सो जैसा यहाँ लिखा हुआ है वैसा लिखना पड़ेगा आपको, कंप्यूटर स्पेस SCI एंड देन let me put in double quote. Okay. So this is our query. Let's execute it. So there are only these two instructors that belongs to computer science department. This is the ID of this person, Boria, and this is the salary of that person. And there is one another instructor, Bondi, and this is his ID and this is his salary. Okay. So this is how we choose or we retrieve results on the basis of. Let's see what happens when we just specify single quote. I think this should work, but let me confirm it. I am not sure. Okay, it's working, no issue. Okay, So single quote or double quote doesn't matter, you can give single quote or you can give double quote, both will work. Okay, so now as I told you that in relational algebra, select clause, your projection was extended later, and a projection used to allow operators or any kind of arithmetic instructions there. So same thing can also be done with instructor also. So for example, suppose that we want to rather than getting the salary value, we just want to get 10% of the salary. We want to display 10% of salary. So or assume that this is the annual salary and we want to get the monthly salary of the instructors. So what we can do, we can specify id comma name comma department name comma salary divided by 12 from instructor. Okay, so this is the monthly salary. Okay, so this amount is in dollar as per the textbooks database. Okay, so this is the monthly salary for these instructors. Okay, and now see this name of the column. Now initially the name of the column was as it is, but now the name of the column was taken as an expression, whatever you have written. So now you see that the select clause that has been implemented here is equivalent to the projection clause of extended projection in relational algebra that we have seen. Okay, so select clause allows actually arithmetic operations here. So similarly, let's suppose you want to get the only 10% of the salary, total salary, then you can just write multiplication 0.1. Okay, and you may rename it as and sorry, not annual, monthly. Salary. Okay, so now you can give your own name also in this way. You can use edge keyword and then name of new column, new name to the column. Otherwise you see that we have not given the name, so automatically it is taking your expression as the name. Here also you can see, but if you want to give a specific name, you can do like this. Okay, any question? Any question? No. Now let's see some more queries. Now suppose that we want to get the details of all those instructors that either belongs to computer science or statistics department. So what we can write here, this query gives you the name of the instructors that belongs to computer science department, but I also want that the name of the instructors that also belongs to instructor. So I want that either instructor should belong to computer science or statistics. So how you will write this query again? Just you need to use logical AND operator, and again you need to specify department name. Now you can notice that I am just repeating the department name. I am not giving the if you do like this, it will not work. So you may write like and statistics. This will not work. Many times people use this kind of mistakes. So this will not work because both conditions are separate. I have also explained this thing in relational algebra also, that you have to write the condition in this way: column name, then some relational operator, and then value. Okay, so again this is a separate condition that is being combined with the logical operator AND. So now you have to repeat department name here. Okay, so I will repeat department name equal to statistics. So now let's see. Sorry, I have used AND, not we don't want AND because we want OR. या तो इस department में हो या इस department में. AND will give you zero result because here in this database actually instructor is having only one department, so there is no instructor that is a member of both the department. Okay, so I forgot it. Let's use OR. So these are the list of the instructors that belongs to either computer science department or statistics. Okay, now sometimes you may say, you may would like to have that we want to get the name of only those instructors that are the instructors except statistics department. That means I except instructor department, statistics department instructors, I want every other instructor. So how you will do this? You will just write this like that: department name नॉट इक्वल टू स्टैटिस्टिक्स. ओके, सो स्टैट को छोड़ करके सारे इंस्ट्रक्टर्स के डिपार्टमेंट नेम आ जाएंगे यहाँ पे. दैट मीन्स यू विल गेट द लिस्ट ऑफ ऑल दोज इंस्ट्रक्टर्स दैट डजंट बिलोंग टू स्टैटिस्टिक्स. ओके, आप ये भी कर सकते हैं ना, तो वो स्टैटिस्टिक्स या लेट्स से साइबरनेटिक्स को बिलोंग नहीं करता है, और department name, sorry, not equal to cybernetics, sorry, or will not work. And okay, so now these are the departments, these are the instructors जिन जो ना तो इसमें है स्टैटिस्टिक्स में ना साइबरनेटिक्स में. एंड आपको लगाना पड़ेगा, और लगाएंगे तो क्या होगा, जब ये कंडीशन नहीं मैच होगी तो वो साइबरनेटिक्स के साथ मैच करा लेगा. सो बोथ इंस्ट्रक्टर्स विल कम. ओके, अंडरस्टूड. सो दिस इज द वन वे टू राइट दिस क्वेरी, और यू कैन राइट द सेम क्वेरी लाइक दिस ऑल्सो. You can do this here, और एंड देन आगे आप इसमें नॉट लगा दीजिए. Okay, so you will get the same result. Okay, both are the same things. So this is just a logical, दोनों जो queries हैं they are logical equivalent, that's why we are getting the same thing. Okay, you got it. I think you might have studied already the logic mathematics. Now there is one more way to write this query using in operator. So let me tell you the use operator. Okay, let me execute this query, then I will tell you what is happening. What is why cybernetics? साइबरनेटिक्स की स्पेलिंग ठीक लिखी है क्या मैंने? CYBER. अच्छा, स्पेलिंग मैंने थोड़ी सी गलत कर दी है, दैट्स व्हाई रिजल्ट इज डिफरेंट. NETIC है. ओके, नाउ यू सी दैट वी आर गेटिंग द सेम रिजल्ट. Cybernetics and statistics faculty will not have here. Okay, so how it is happening? So this is actually an in operator. So in operator can be used in affirmative sense or negative sense also. So I have used negative sense also. So what this operator does, with the help of in operator you can specify a set. So I have given a set of set of department name. So what I am doing here, I just want to remove those instructors that are in this set. Okay, and I have just applied not. सो इमेजिन करिए मैंने अगर नॉट नहीं लगाया तो क्या होता. If I did not apply not here, then I will get only those departments that are belonging to statistics department or in this set, in this department. Okay, so this is the operator that just set test membership. It tests membership actually. So if suppose there is a record whose department name is this one, then that record will be selected, or department name is this one, that record will be selected. Okay, but I have applied it not, so reverse will be done. So that's why you will get a list, you will only get all those instructors only that don't belong to this department and also don't belongs to this department. So except all these two departments, you will get all the departments instructor. Now let's write this in positive sense, then you will understand. Now see this, if I do this, you will see that I will get only those instructors that belongs to statistics or cybernetics, this one. So this is actually a kind of operator that tests the membership. So if a record satisfies this membership test, that record will be selected. Okay, if doesn't satisfy, record will not be selected. So now for example, suppose that how the comparison will be done. So your database will check, let's say this record will be selected or not. So it will check the department name, it will see the marketing is there, no, so marketing record will not be selected. Then it will test that mechanical engineering is here, no, it will not be selected. But when the database is work with this with a record like this, then it will check that okay, statistics is the member of this set, so this record will be selected. Cybernetics, member of this set, this record will be selected. You can write some more here also. Let's say let's write English here, let's add English also. So now you will see that English department's record will also come in there, in this there. Okay, so now let's run it. Now you see that English department is also coming. Now if I apply not here, then what will happen, you will get the complement of this result. So complement means these records will not appear and other records will appear. So let's put not here. Now you see that all not in, sorry. Now there will be no statistics, no English or no cybernetics, you can see that. So this is how we use in operator. Okay, so in operator is a kind of membership operator where you specify that only those records that is having department name in this set will be selected. Okay, but if you apply not, then those records that are having the department name in this list will not be selected. That is the okay, got it. Now now suppose that you want to find out the records of all those instructors whose salary is, let's say, in given range. So where salary is less than or equal to, let's say, 80,000 or let's say 90,000, 90,000, and salary is greater than or equal to 40,000 at semicolon. So let's see this. So now you will get all those instructors whose salary is between this range 40 to 90,000. Okay, including 40,000 or 90,000. Okay, so all these salaries are in given this range. Okay, now one more thing, there is one alternative of this. You can use between and operator. Okay, so let's see. Between and operator works like this. Between. So now you will specify range here. So 40,000. What I want, the salary should be between 40,000 and 90,000. So we will just write between and we will give lower and upper limit both 90,000. Okay. So now we will get the same result here. Okay, sorry, some mistake is there. Between. Oh, I forgot to add the name the column. Salary okay, so this is the answer that you get. all those same for 24 records, same 24 records you will get. So this is also another operator, that is between and operator. So if you want to specify a range, then you can give a range. Now this operator can here within the range you can use numbers or string also. It will also work with a string. So in case of a string you can give like athletics and marketing. So like you can write department name between athletics and let's say cybernetics लिख देते हैं, cyber NETIS netics. Okay, so you see that between A to C, okay, athletics to, so this actually it is following the grammatical order for selection. So all those strings, all those department names, that is between these grammatical orders, between both of these, the grammatical order of both of them, those will be selected. So B comes after A, so that is there, and cybernetics is also there. Boundary points are selected. Now you can change this also. Let's write English here in place of this. So okay, similarly you can write in place of English, you can just write statistics or something else. Let's write L languages लिखते हैं, languages. Let me check the spelling correctly. Languages. Okay, so now you see there are some more results. So this is how we can use between and operator. Any query till date, till now, up to this point?